All right. The time has arrived. Let's talk a little Dolphins football. Omar Kelly, baby, from the South Florida Sun Sentinel, joins us next for the Ejdconstruction.com Miami Dolphins reports.
The Big O Radio Show is home for the hardcore Dolphins fan. That's why we give you Omar Kelly twice a week. Buckle up. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show.
Right. It's a beautiful thing. Omar Kelly ready to join us here on the program. Omar, we all saw the press conference for the coach, which we realized he gave us absolutely nothing. Did you pick up anything from that press conference, or was he his normal coy self?
Yeah, he does provide a few hints, usually on Friday, that sort of give his thought process. Like he mentioned Liam's injury a couple of times, which kind of hints that it could be in his thought process whether or not he's the starting left tackle. But I fully and in fact,
El Chiquitico.
What? Gay?
Greg Little. El Chiquitico. So that's it. El Chiquitico is small. So we'll call him El Chiquitico on the show. So Greg Little, come on, bro. It's money in the bank that he's starting at left tackle. It would be
Greg Little starting at left tackle?
Yeah, unless Austin Jackson's coming back.
Nah, I actually think it's going to be Liam Eichenberg. That's my and while he's not healthy, that's his natural position. If you heard me during or heard the press conference, I basically asked them a question flat out. Yes. Okay, why you have, with all of the Dolphins offensive linemen that they've drafted during the Flores era, everybody has been pigeonholed into one spot, one role. You learn this, you master this, and we'll move from there. From Dieter to Solomon Kinley to Austin Jackson to Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt never took a snap at right guard, the position he's playing now, because they wanted him to get good at right tackle. So why was it different with Liam? And their answer, which I think is a valid answer because it's been a consistent answer, is he's so technically sound and so intelligent that he's been able to do this. Now, he's been able to cross-train and ultimately, I do believe and agree with Brian Flores' approach that we play the best five and we figure out how to make it work. If we're going to play the best five, it comes down to Solomon Kinley or Liam Eichenberg. And because, you say whatever you want, you're not replacing Jesse Davis. It's just not. It's just not happening until that knee falls apart. Yeah. Right. So that's why they had Liam working at left guard, and they cross-trained him at right tackle to get him comfortable or try to get him comfortable playing on the right side. He clearly wasn't really a big fan of it, even though I think that's kind of the most important position for him because, that's to his blind side, which is a very important area to protect. So, but, left tackle is his home. Left tackle is the place he's played 38 games in his college career. So, he's played over 2,000, if not 3,000 snaps at left tackle. So it should come second nature. Now, the level of competition, that's a wholly different thing. And also the injury. The injury is a factor. Injury is a factor. But my thing is, if you're going to put him on your active, and I know it's all based on practice performances, but if you're going to put him on your active, why not give him the best opportunity to succeed by putting him out there early as opposed to having to putting him out there because Little is struggling and then he's got to adjust, or because why make it a surprise? Just go rip the Band-Aid off and go right in.
Yeah, I understand that. The only problem is it's on the road in New England against a really good front. And I think that to make him coming off an injury,
people say that's a really good front. I need this proof that that's a really good front. I like what makes them a really good front? Because they added Judon and Kyle Van Noy's return.
Yeah, and Highsmith is back too, right? Or Hightower.
Hightower. I mean,
Hightower's a badass, bro.
When you say front, I'm always thinking about defensive line, not necessarily
Yeah, but that
defensive
might have
line
to
and
deal with
edge
Judon.
players.
He might
Edge,
have to deal with Jude on a blitz. You know what I'm saying? So that
yeah,
could end up happening. And Bill's going to F with these guys,
yeah. Bill's going to
especially
attack
young
your weak
guys.
link.
He's going to do stunts. He's going to do all kinds of things. He's going to try to
Bill's,
make them overthink
Bill,
things.
but here's my point to you and to everybody else who's saying, "Oh, the rookie can't handle it. The rookie isn't ready. Or the rookie isn't whatever." Bill is going to attack who's ever at left tackle, is he not?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So why not put the guy with the most upside there? And why not at least let him learn from it?
Or why not put the guy that already has NFL experience and isn't dealing with, dealing with an injury?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. They're both second round picks, so I'm you're splitting hairs with me.
Right.
And in fact, I like Greg Little, but I like him as a guard to replace Solomon. I don't necessarily think of him as a tackle. I think he's a guy who a tackle you can move inside. Because think about it, their whole line is tackles. Their whole line is they want a big, massive tackle line.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. It's just I just kind of feel that you'll start with Little, and then if he struggles, and since he's a little bit more of a veteran and has some experience, you give him the opportunity. If not, then you go with the kid. It's just I kind of feel rough that the kid hasn't had a full training camp and full offseason. He's dealt with several injuries now. And then we're all going to all of a sudden throw him into the fire to be the guy there at left tackle. That would be a lot to ask for the kid. That's the only reason why I'm convinced that Little
they did it Austin Jackson. They
had no choice last year because that's all you had. Now you have an option. Now you have
Julian Davenport had started 20-something
now you
games,
have what
so
we
it wasn't
call
all you had.
Depth.
Julian Davenport had started 20-something games, so it wasn't all you had. It's their approach, and this is what got Pat Flaherty fired, is to throw offensive linemen into the deep end and see if they swim. That's been their approach. How is this any different?
Well, the injury is the difference.
The injury is the difference.
That to me, that's the difference right there. Plus, you haven't had him practicing at left tackle, so all of a sudden now, even though it's his natural position, you're also going to now throw him over there, and he's been trying to mentally psych himself and get him, habitually doing everything on the right side instead of the left side, and now you're going to F with him and throw him back to the left. And then all of a sudden say, okay, back to the left. It's Patriots, week 1. Let's go. Foxborough. You do it, kid.
As Bill Belichick used to say, if the puppy don't bite, then the dog don't bite.
No, I get you. If he was healthy, I'm with you. If he wasn't dealing with injuries throughout the offseason because they've kept him from practices, they've kept him from games, all these kind of things have stopped him from getting opportunities.
Hold on. Same thing with Jalen Phillips, and yet Dolphin fans will be upset, disappointed, angry if he's not out there starting.
Yeah, but he's played.
He's played 2 preseason games, yeah.
Yeah, and he's had practice time. So and also the difference is he's healthy, really. It's not like he's out really with injuries. He's healthy now.
Yeah, they're all not on the injury report. So you're correct. You're fair. That's fair.
And he's playing with a group of injury-prone players. So they got to rely on him at this point in time. It's almost kind of by default also, too. You know what I mean? So the rookie's got to be thrusted in there and say, hey, if we don't have Will Fuller, he's suspended. Parker, we don't even know if he can finish a game.
Preston, I said Jalen Phillips, not Jalen Waddle, but yes, I hear what you're saying.
I see what you're saying, Phillips. Okay, you're talking about Phillips.
But it still applies. None of them are on the injury report, so
right, yeah. But also Phillips, that's why he's probably third string right now, and who knows if that's how he plays on Sunday. If the kid's healthy and he gets in a groove, they'll probably leave.
The way they work is they give, and I like this. I respect this. I think it's a good thing. Except for offensive linemen, they give rookies a role. It's a small role, and depending on how you perform in that little small role, they might put more on your plate. You'll get one package in the 3-4 if you're Jalen Phillips. You'll get one package in the dime if you're Javon Holland. And depending on how you perform, depends on whether or not your role is enlarged, and I don't have a problem with that. And my thing is, I don't see, if you're going to have Liam Eichenberg as your swing tackle in the game, which is clearly the worst case scenario, why not have him as your starting tackle in the game?
Well, we're gonna find out. That'll be interesting to see, because I thought for sure you would agree with me on Greg Little. So the argument you've brought up is interesting to see if they actually put the rookie there at left tackle. All right, Tua. I could easily ask you what's going to be the toughest thing on offense for them, and obviously running the ball is going to be really tough
Offense.
for the Dolphins. What's going to be the toughest thing for Tua to overcome on Sunday in your eyes?
Reading the complex defenses that the Patriots are going to throw at him, and the looks that they're going to throw at him, and the things that they're going to take away. Bill Belichick has had an entire year to study Tua, to understand what his strengths and weaknesses are. And as I say about the Bill Belichick team, they're going to take away what you like. They're going to take away your favorite run. They're going to take away your favorite third down play. They're going to take away your favorite pass. And they're going to force you to beat them with your left hand. That's how the Patriots are. And, obviously Tua is a left-handed quarterback, but yeah, it's, he's going to have.
Now to counter that, no strengths have been shown. No habits have been shown.
Last year, tons of strengths and habits.
They don't know what his favorite play is. They don't know.
Last year. Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Oh,
they do. They got tons of film. Tua had like 1,000 snaps on offense last year.
Who's his favorite receiver? What has habitually developed? I must have missed that.
Yeah, the favorite receiver is Mike Gesicki. Gotcha.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It is. I think Tua throws to the
Did Mike Gesicki catch more passes by miles than anybody else?
No, but he was also injured. I would argue to you.
But I would also tell you that every tight end is the friend of every young quarterback, because those are the higher percentage passes as it is normally. You know what I mean? That's why I believe Miami wants to go multiple tight ends. I'm convinced.
Not against that team. Oh, hell no. That's a bad idea against that team. The Patriots right now have some injuries in their secondary. They're young, they're green, they're inexperienced. You make them play in their nickel and dime package. You take the linebackers off the field. That plays to your strengths.
Miami right now doesn't have the strength of two tight ends because Shaheem is.
No, they do. Durham Smythe is on par with Shaheem. Durham Smythe had a good season last year. Durham Smythe, trust me, I've been critical of Durham Smythe. He was slow early.
I disagree with you. Shaheem's a better receiving tight end.
Shaheem is a better player right now, but Durham Smythe is an NFL starter, especially as an inline guy. And they got Sathan Carter, who's, we talked to yesterday, and good God, if there was a Brian Flores player, it's Sathan Carter, just in terms of just like it.
By the way, Poupart loves him. Like he's shocked that he was a better receiver than what he thought.
He was a way better.
You agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. He was. I watched practice with Poop because, one, I think we're probably two of the best eyes out there in terms of what's going on. So Poop is one of my favorite guys. I sit next to Poop. It's we sit together and we watch practice, and I can tell you without a doubt, Carter was way better as a pass catcher than I expected. He was more talented than I thought. He was just a H-back, a blocking type, slow. No, he's not that. He's not that. He's got some wheels to him. Now, I don't know about his knee injury because he's coming off a knee injury as well. But he has got some wheels to him, and he was. It was very early in camp where he was a threat.
Is he? Could he be a little secret weapon for them? Because obviously they're hurting a tight end right now. Hunter's young.
They're not hurting a tight end. Don't say that. They're not hurting a tight end. The tight end unit is
but I mean, Omar, what's considered your number 2 and 3 playmaking tight ends behind Gesicki, they're out. One's out. One's very limited because the kid's had injuries. Doesn't have a lot of experience.
Hunter. Yeah. I don't even count Hunter Long. Hunter Long is.
Okay, So that's my point.
By mid-season, I'll count Hunter Long.
Okay, but my point is, he's considered a future playmaker for this team.
He's the number 4 tight end here, Big O. Like, why am I even?
I get that, but his upside is obviously better.
Yeah, his upside is great. And check back around mid-season, but to me, Durham Smythe and Adam Shaheen, Durham Smythe and Mike Gesicki, like, set records last year. Like, they set records. Like, it wasn't Adam Shaheen.
Yeah, it was.
He contributed a little bit. He contributed a little bit, little something. But it was Durham and Shaheen and Smythe. Smythe actually, I'm not a big Smythe fan, but Smythe balled last year. Smythe did his job. And Gesicki, I'm not a huge Gesicki fan. Gesicki is what he is. He's a glorified slot receiver. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. I didn't say
why you got to have bias towards receiving tight ends that aren't blockers? What is your hate with those kind of players?
By the definition of tight end, I need you to actually be good at run blocking and pass blocking. It's kind of an important element of the job. Otherwise, you're a slot receiver.
The NFL has adjusted. Why has Omar Kelly not adjusted?
I believe in old school football, Big O. I believe in the run game.
We're in 2020, bro. It's no 3 yards in a cloud of dust anymore.
It's still 1988 for me. I still believe in that style of football.
Where's the wedge? How come we're not blowing up the wedge on returns if we're in 88?
If the Dolphins run for 2,000 yards, I promise you they get to 12 wins. If you take that mentality, you take that mindset, there's nobody who could stop you. Now, you don't have a line for it, but
2,000 yards.
2,000?
That's 14 or 15 wins. They're already going to win 11 or 12 this year.
14 or 15 wins. What you talking about? Nah, let's
give me 2,000 rushing yards.
2,000 rushing yards.
Oh man, we're going to win 14, 15 games. What are you talking about?
Okay, so how are you going to be disrespectful to it if you know that's going to lead to victory? That's going to lead to a change in attitude, change in tone. Take the pressure off Tua. If you know that's the way, Big O, why not preach it to your people? See, no, you like that fantasy football.
Love for Gesicki, bro. God.
You like that fantasy football. You like that throw the ball for 40 times. You like that.
Did you watch last night, bro? Nobody ran the ball. Nobody ran the ball. They all threw. Okay, I'm not sure if you realize it. We're not in the 90s anymore. It's a whole different ball game now.
It's 2 of the top 5 highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Arguably 2 of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. You should throw the ball. Now, if they wanted to run, they could probably run it too, but it was a shootout. You're going to throw the ball in a shootout.
Well, but right, Omar, you can't keep up in a running game. You
Stop it. If I run the ball down, like, look, watch the Patriots be physical and attacking and aggressive at the line of scrimmage. And when they run the ball, and this is, to me, the biggest indicator of how this game is going to go. They're clearly going to run the ball because they want to take the pressure off Mac Jones. So if they can run the ball against the Dolphins, you're in trouble. Correct?
Yeah, I got you.
So I'm telling you, Dolphins runs for 2,000 yards, be a physical running team. You say they get the 15 wins.
Yeah, 14, 15 guaranteed.
Patriots are going to try to smash mouth and run the football at you to take the pressure off of Mac Jones. How is this still a bad strategy?
I'm not saying it's a bad strategy. I'm just saying that the way the league is, it's a different league now, and passing is much more of a premium now.
Without a doubt.
And so
I'm not arguing. But the 49ers made it to the playoffs with a run game.
Yeah, no, I know.
To the Super Bowl with a run game.
Yeah. And because he missed that one pass, they didn't win the Super Bowl. Emmanuel Sanders, up and down in the field. He hits that one, and that's it. And because you got to pass. You got to pass to win. You can run to set it up, but you pass to win.
Yeah, I know you got to pass the ball, but if you run for $150, you're gonna be in position to win.
All right. So you talked about something so important in this game, my brother, and that's the run game for the Patriots. And they don't have a running quarterback, so Miami gets a break here.
Yeah,
in this one because Cam obviously is a freaking load.
Yeah,
obviously the guy's built like Adonis.
The
And
Dolphins celebrated when Cam got released. You know that, right?
yeah, because it's one less pain in the ass to have to deal with in the run game. Of course, they're not fearing his arm. It's not like you fear Cam's arm; you fear his legs, his body. But now they don't have that element now. But you
Yeah.
still know that they're going to attack them with Harris and the boys, and they're going to want to shove that ball down their throats. Who's going to be the key players here? Give me two guys that have to have monster games to control that run game and force Mac to beat you.
Well, there are only two people on your team that are run stopping specialists, and that's Raekwon Davis and Landon Roberts. And they will be playing 40 plus snaps in this game, you would think, and they gotta perform, they gotta deliver. Raekwon has gotta take on two and collapse the pocket at times and reset the line of scrimmage, and Landon's gotta go in there and be a headhunter. Which he's definitely shown us here in practice. He nearly took Ahmed's head off. It's you could hear that shot from the
He
stadium.
sells out, bro. He sells out. That's that dude had two of the nastiest hits the Dolphins had last year. I mean,
Yep, no doubt about it. And but my question is he going to be healthy? You're 9 months coming off an ACL injury. And I know we got modern medical miracles now, and everybody only needs 9 months for an ACL injury, and then they come back and tell you a year later that oh, I wasn't all the way back, and this is. I'm sorry, but like 9 months ain't it, bro. Even Xavier said, like, I didn't feel like Xavier had 10 picks, and he said I didn't feel like myself till mid-season, like, which is unreal.
He's a freak talent. So
yeah, he is a freak talent.
He's 80%. He's better than most of the league.
That is correct.
He's one of those kind of dude, like LeBron's at 60, 70%. He's better than pretty much the entire league except 3 or 4 guys. Those kind of guys they're at another level. They can still be elite when they're not 100%. That's why they are what they are. Those kind of guys. All right. So what was your prediction, my brother? As we wrap it up, what happened?
I'm predicting a 24-20. I'm predicting a 24-21 Patriots win, and the reason that I'm predicting a Patriots win is because I've seen too many Dolphin seasons go to die in Foxborough. Foxborough is a place, Tom Brady or not, you're not going to get any calls. You're not going to get anything favorable going your way. It just is, and you're not going. The Patriots, the Bill Belichick Patriots, aren't going to beat themselves. They're not going to commit penalties. They're not going to commit turnovers. Even with a rookie quarterback, you're going to have to beat them. And because you have to beat them, and you have to beat them physically, you have to intimidate them physically, like Miami did when they beat them down here. It's going to be hard. If the game was in Hard Rock Stadium, I probably would have picked the Dolphins to win, but I've covered this league I've covered this team for 14 years, and I've seen too many things go bad in Foxborough. Too many.
All right. Well, I just want to let you know.
Okay.
Under Brian Flores,
they are 2-2.
They're 2-2.
Yeah.
And at the end of the
2019
season,
he got one in Foxborough.
He ended the Patriots dynasty. Because let's make no mistake here. The Miami Dolphins and Brian Flores ended the Patriot dynasty by telling the GOAT and Bill Belichick, no soup for you. They handed them a loss, and they went back to the wild card round and out. So they can win in Foxborough with less talent. You're going to tell me with more talent 2 years later, you're giving them a loss?
Ryan Fitzpatrick won that game.
So Tua will win this one.
You're right. He could very well.
Can I give you?
I think the Patriots have.
Can I give you something juicy?
Hold on. Let me say this before you give me something juicy. The Patriots have no receivers and no cornerbacks. That's a bad combo. So I'm not saying that I'm totally committed to my selection. I'm only picking it because I know how hard it is to win in Foxborough. Those refs are not going to help you.
It is going to be tough. I'm not going to make it sound easy.
The refs are not going to help you.
But let me enlighten you a little bit here on something that you and Dolphin Nation all over the world should be embracing. So, as you noticed, as you said, their cornerbacks aren't great. So, they're going to try to pressure Tua one way or another to not expose that secondary. Did you know that Mr. Tua Tagovailoa completed 70% of his passes with less than 2.5 seconds to make a decision? He had 6.4 yards per attempt or per completion, and he had a 92.8 passer rating in situations where he was pressured and forced to throw under 2.5 seconds. So we're talking about a kid now that has another year of experience, more talent, better talent on the field.
I don't know where you get that stat from, and it's a good stat to have, except for the fact it doesn't factor in the RPO offense. You got to get the ball out of your hands quick.
He still gets it out at 2.5 seconds under. He's getting it out under 2. All throws under 2.5 seconds.
Analytics will be the undoing of the NFL.
Passer rating.
Analytics will be the undoing of the NFL. You guys are going to let mathematicians and calculus experts take over the sport. And I'm not gonna feel sorry for you because that's a meaningless stat because they run an RPO offense.
No, but that's not a meaningless stat because that means under pressure he performs. I'm so with you on this love affair with stats because stats can be spun one way or another. You've been writing enough articles, you know what I'm talking about. Okay,
stats that you could spin a stat or any.
Excellent writers all over this country, politics, life, entertainment, sports, they can get stats and spin them whichever way they want to do it. And I'm with you 1,000%. But this specific stat is a pressure stat. And to me, that actually matters a little bit. And
it's a pressure stat that doesn't factor in he runs an RPO offense where the ball has to be out your hands in like 2 seconds.
This is otherwise last year. Last year.
Yeah, last year he ran an RPO offense. Last year he ran an RPO offense.
It's still pressured, and the kid's getting them rid of the ball quick. And by the way, I saw that throughout the preseason that he made super quick decisions.
Oh, no doubt about it. He's making better decisions. He reads the field very well now. I'm not disputing that, but he also runs an RPO offense, which means they got to get the ball out their hand quick. He can't hold on to the ball for 3 seconds in an RPO offense. So that throw, if you give me that stat and throw out every RPO play, I would say, okay, you got a lot of merit to what you're saying. But RPO offense.
So what happened with Tannehill? Because he kind of hung on to the ball.
He didn't run an RPO offense.
Sometimes he did. It's a couple of times towards the end that they tried to do some of that.
RPO has just taken off to the point where
now it's abusive. But I'm just saying they gave him a little elements of that.
Listen, I'm not comparing anything. I'm not comparing. Will not compare Tua to Tannehill. Only reason I'll compare Tua to Tannehill is I'll say Tua right now is at 4th year Tannehill. Like that's what I'll say. And that's the only comparison. Is Tannehill a better quarterback than Tua right now? Yes. Will he be by the time the season's over? Debatable. Will he be by 2023? Absolutely not.
Not even close. Tua will be in the Ring of Honor, the Hall of Fame.
Multiple
Super Bowl champion.
I think you got too much dip on your chip there, Big O. Too much dip on your chip.
You got to have more faith and believe.
Faith and believe in the Miami Dolphins? Hold on. Faith and believe in Miami Dolphins?
And these Miami Dolphins.
Same team that hasn't made the playoffs in 20 years. Same team that hasn't won a playoff game in 20 years.
I'm not worried about those Dolphins. I don't care about those Dolphins. We have turned the page, as Bob Seger would say on those Dolphins.
Show me you've turned the page.
All that incompetence is behind us
Show me you've turned the page by making the playoffs for the first time in 20 years.
All I have to do is say 2 words to you. Brian effing Flores, bro.
Overrated.
And have you seen a coach like that the last 20 years here? I'd like to know. Because I haven't seen a coach like that here the last 20 years.
Show me you can win. Show me you can win and take the team to the playoffs. That's what the season's about. Everybody wants to crown them. Show me you can win and take the team to the playoffs.
It's going to happen, baby. All right, Omar. Appreciate you as always. We will talk to you on Sunday, my man, as we cover the Dolphins and the Patriots. It's going to be a fun day. You be good out there. And don't forget, folks, to also subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Support my man, Omar, Ira, and all the great writers at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. They deserve it. Omar, love you, brother. Be good.
All right. Talk to you later.
You got it. There you go. It is the Ejdconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. Please call Eric. Great people out there. They'll take care of you at EJD.